On Tuesday, nearly 2 million government workers received an email offer from President Donald Trump. Quit your job and we'll pay you. Oh, okay. Well, now the email with the subject line "Fork in the Road" purports to provide pay and benefits through the end of September 2025 for any worker that quits, and would even exempt them from the administration's return to office requirements. Oh, employees would have until February 6th to return the pre-written resignation letter to the Office of Personnel Management. So, wait, hold on here. Wasn't the issue, the whole alleged issue with the government, government workers, oh no, they're wasteful and unnecessary? If they are, then why offer to pay them to literally just not work? Doesn't that seem, I don't know, wasteful and unnecessary? Some interesting things happening here. There's some weird, dynamics at play here. The messaging, okay? Now, of course, I'm going to tell you what the real reason is here, at least that I think. But first, let's go to the government workers, who apparently, many of them are quite skeptical of this offer, and they should be. One said, and this is the Reddit's r/Fed News, which is a subreddit for federal employees and contractors. A lot of them were like, thanks, but no thanks. I'm going to show up to work. In fact, one said, I'll be honest, before that email went out, I was looking for any way to get out of this fresh hell. But now I am fired up to make these goons as frustrated as possible. RTO be damned. Hold the line. Look, a lot of the top commenters were in agreement with that sentiment. In fact, one wrote, this past week and a half, I've transitioned from being nervous and anxious to being pissed off. Much more in a fighting mood now. Another said, they can drag me out. I joined the federal government to serve Americans, to help my countrymen, and to help my country. I was so proud on the day I took my oath. Another said, they want to dismantle the very institutions that keep this country running, to tear down the work we've dedicated our lives to. Stay strong, federal employees. We are in this together, and we are not backing down. Look, I hope this is true. I hope that the majority of these federal workers feel this way. I really do. So now, why is the Trump administration doing this? Why do I think so? Well, I think they want to get rid of civil servants and replace them with loyalists to Donald Trump. That was kind of the whole plan, Project 2025. Now, of course, that goes along with vastly shrinking these agencies. So they'd get rid of most of the people and then replace some of these positions with loyalists, enough to keep it just barely running, okay, while getting rid of, again, most people, because after all, they want to dismantle government. They want to sell it off piece by piece to the corporations. Now, of course, in order to do that, they would still need some loyalists to run these positions. Now, that said, why doesn't Trump just fire them? Well, you can't. It's not that easy, okay? He's got a he does not have the ability to fire these civil servants in order to make these sweeping changes that he wants. That said, he can replace the heads of these departments with his cronies, and largely he has. But again, the vast majority of the work is still being done by career officials that he wants to replace, to have them go along with what he plans to do. Now, those civil servants could also stop or slow down his plans, leak what the administration is currently doing, as they already are. They're leaking a lot to Ken Klippenstein, right? So now, with that, obviously Trump wants to get rid of them. And this is why they're doing this offer. Now, that said, this is until Project 2025 and this Schedule F classification change kicks in, right? So if that happens, then he could fire these workers, then he can replace them. But until then, he can't do anything. So he's offered to buy them out. By the way, this is an idea that was taken from none other than Chief Twit Elon Musk, who, after he took over Twitter, now X, gave a similar ultimatum to workers with a nearly identical fork in the road subject line. Now, that said, when he took over, Musk promised severance packages to any workers who left immediately, but federal employees, they're not guaranteed, okay? They're not actually guaranteed that they'll get any money. Look, everybody's calling it a buyout, right? That said, when you look into the details, it doesn't really say they can stop working at all. In fact, it's more like telework until September. And remember, Trump ordered everybody back into the office, right? But now they're saying, well, if you quit now, then you can telework until September and still get paid for it. As an account points out, it's not a buyout. A buyout pays you to quit, e.g. live today, but will pay you through September. Only benefit you get for resigning is you can work from home. Same deal federal workers had until last week, except checks stop in September, no backsies. It's a terrible effing deal. Which, again, you would have to be pretty stupid to take. Stupid. Okay. Of course, the Trump administration was going to find some way to cheap out. Now, OPM, of course, had to amend its announcement by stating that employees are only expected to work, quote, in rare cases determined by your agency. So you still might actually have to work. Even after we're offered like, no, go ahead and quit now and we'll just pay you till September. No, turns out you actually have to work. This is why no one should put any trust in the Trump administration. Okay. As one poster says, they can't fire us as easily as they thought. So they are trying to scare us into quitting. Don't fall for it, wrote one poster on our Fed News. OPM is not your direct supervisor, HR, or agency department head. Only your agency can make this kind of deal with you. And look, even if they did, a lot of these agency heads have been replaced by Trump lackeys, okay? And so there's no guarantee that you're going to get paid. I mean, Donald Trump, pretty famous for, or I should say infamous, for stiffing workers. And so if you quit and expect to get paid, then you deserve what's coming to you, which will be a big fat nothing. Okay? Why Congress holds the purse strings, the president does not. He cannot make these decisions unilaterally. Anybody who understands the government and how it works would know this. So either Trump and Musk do not understand how government works, or they do. And if you're a government worker and you take this deal, they are planning to rob you. Either way, terrible deal. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.